If you ever find yourself struggling to practice or struggling to just pick up your instrument, then this video will definitely help you get unstuck. And I say this because I still get stuck frequently. And some of the tips I'm going to share with you in this video have helped me get unstuck and get playing again in the past. I think that if you and I both, because I'll include myself in this, if we can follow the steps I'm going to share in this video more often, we're going to get more playing done and we're going to enjoy it more. And really, at the end of the day, that's the goal. We don't pick up instruments because we want to beat ourselves up for not playing them as much as we feel like we should be playing them. I don't think that happens. We pick up musical instruments because we want to learn how it feels to play them. We want to enjoy playing them. And we want to experience what it feels like to create the sounds that each individual instrument can create. So in this video, I'm going to talk through a process that I believe will help you get unstuck. And along the way, I'll explain a little of why I think it works. So step one actually has nothing to do with the instrument itself. The first thing I would recommend is just getting outside and going for a walk for 10 or 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be long. I say this because, at least for myself, when I get stuck, it's because I'm caught in a cycle of thinking and ruminating about what I should be practicing, what I should be better at, what I should have practiced, what I should be able to do on the instrument. And it's very hard to think and ruminate your way out of a cycle of thinking and ruminating. There's something about moving our body, however, which helps us break out of that cycle and reach a more empowered state, for want of a better phrase. So when you come back home after your short walk, you're ready for step two. Step two is to pick up your instrument and just notice all the different physical characteristics that your instrument possesses. So I'm noticing that I've got this kind of squeaky, shiny wood on the body of the bass. I can see the beautiful sunburst color. I love that color. I can also feel the sort of cheap plastic feel of the pickup, the ridges on the strings. I can feel the soft varnished wood on the back. Love the neck on this bass, by the way. I love how that feels. I can also see and feel some of the bumps and ridges in my neck from where I've potentially mistreated my instrument in the past, but it feels worn in, and I love that. So once you've spent some time noticing the different physical characteristics of your instrument, step three is a natural progression from that. Step three is starting to play, starting to make some sounds. So just put your hands on your instrument, make some sound. Doesn't have to be good, doesn't have to be coherent, doesn't have to be anything. All we're doing is noticing how it feels and noticing how it sounds. So I'm feeling the pressure of that finger on the string, moving my thumb around a bit to see what feels best. I'm going to try some different things, maybe sliding around, seeing how that feels, playing with different fingers, noticing how it feels to play a note with my little finger, ring finger, middle finger, index finger. How does it feel to alternate? Again, not trying to stay in a particular tempo or anything like that. Just noticing how it feels, noticing how it sounds. And you might find that there are many more different sounds that you can create on your instrument than maybe you usually think of. Like even this, that kind of squeaky sound that comes out when your hands move over the strings. That's a sound. We've got harmonics. We've got the sound when you hammer on. There's the note, but there's also the little slap of the string hitting the fret as you push it down. See how many different sounds you can find, and see what it feels like if you press really hard. What if you press really lightly? If you treat it really gently, if you treat it like you're really strong. Any different way of interacting with the instrument will give you a different result. It's all different information, all different things to notice. So once you've spent some time doing that, finding some different patterns. Sorry, I've got to stay on target and not get distracted by practicing or playing. So once you've found some patterns that your interest is stimulated by, for example, that one I was just doing. There you go. That's a good example. As good an example as any. Then I would suggest just repeating that pattern, and then noticing, or just becoming aware of all the different motor movements that are required to execute that pattern. Just then I could feel, as I pressed my index finger down that string, I had quite a bit of tension in the other fingers in my hand, which was, I realized as soon as I became aware of that, it's not necessary. I can relax those fingers and just play with pressure applied from my index finger. Now I'm moving my attention to the right hand. So I've got my middle finger down here, index finger again. Which feels nice. That feels really nice in the right hand. Middle finger on that last note feels a little... Oh, I changed my pattern. Doable, probably not quite as comfortable. Anyway, the point of that is by noticing the different motor movements that are required to play a certain pattern and feeling out little bits of tension, feeling out little things that you can maybe make a bit easier, you're actually practicing. By doing that process, you're actually practicing. You're working out how to play your instrument in a way that is less tense, sounds better, and is more enjoyable. So that process that we followed is going from being stuck in a cycle of thinking and not playing. There's a noisy trailer going past, I don't know if you can hear that. We've gone from being stuck in a cycle of thinking and ruminating to moving our body, breaking out of that cycle of thinking and rumination, noticing what it's like to pick up an instrument and touch it, and feel it, and then creating some sound out of that instrument, and then noticing in minute detail how it feels and how it sounds to play certain patterns, and then noticing what we have to do to make those patterns feel more comfortable and sound better. That is what practicing is, fundamentally. Obviously from there, you can go to practicing songs, grooves, anything you like. You can find your chosen musical material and then work on a slightly different practice process, which I'll talk about in another video, which is a bit more intentional. But if you are stuck, that is the process that I would follow to just disengage from that thinking and ruminating and re-engage with just playing your instrument. Because that's, like I said earlier, that's why we pick up these instruments in the first place, right? To enjoy playing them, not to beat ourselves up for not playing them. I hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next video.